What is going on, my baboon brothers? My simian sisters, Deejus here with another Advanced Wars by Web replay analysis. Today we are continuing the Nutty lower level game series, the series where you guys submit your games to me, and we go over them, we look at them, we take a peek at them, and we enjoy them. We learn from them, we laugh at your mistakes. So if you want to submit your game to me and get it for a chance to be reviewed on the channel, please submit it to Deejusproductions@gmail.com if it meets the following criteria in the more info section below. Anyway, this game right here was between two 950 approximately level players, a bit on the lower edge of Nutty lower level, not in the intermediate, lower intermediate in terms of my point of view at least. Plenty of mistakes, plenty of sheer baboonery, it's just a weird game. So, brief overview, this map was actually the static. I think I've talked about this map before. I think I had a game versus Tordred on it, so I won't really go into depth on this. But it's a 3-base map. Strong side is where this extra base is. Probably going to be over here for blue, over here for yellow, but mostly fights go in the middle and these little quadrants as well. Comm towers are not contested. HQ caps are a thing, albeit rare. You're trapped in here at first, but the artillery typically busts out in a couple turns. You build another artillery, and then you bust through both of these, and that artillery at the beginning is freed. So typically you start off with an artillery build. Not as frequently you see recons. So I'm expecting the first vehicle to be built on both sides is going to be an artillery. Now, contrary to popular belief, Grit actually gets out of this slower than Grimm. Grimm's artillery are stronger than Grit's artillery. Believe it or not, they're stronger. 2 turns can bust through without any help. Grit's takes 3 turns to bust through, does 48 damage, and it needs to do 99. 48 times 48, or 48 plus 48 is 96, not enough. Grimm's though, at least is 54, 52, something of that, easily breaks through in 2 turns. So his will go out first. They're not better than Grit's artillery, they're stronger. So keep that in mind. But anyway, this is just a sheer baboonery sort of game. A quick thing about the CO matchup. This is a tier 1 matchup, and the player Grimm Guy's Disciple, it is not Grimm Guy. It's a Disciple, it's true. I can tell you for a fact it is not Grimm Guy. He does not play nearly as well as Grimm Guy. Grimm Guy is a very strong player. I actually know who he is now. I won't disclose it until I feel like it later on. But it is not Grimm Guy, just a guy who likes playing Grimm in all his accounts, on all his games. And then we have Reborn, who's playing Grit in Tier 1, which is very shaky on this map. Von Bolt would squash him. Javier would squash him. Sturm would squash him. Like, every match, maybe Sasha, he stands a chance. But Grit is not a really good pick here. This is a little Nutty lower level game. People are going crazy. Maybe you want to have fun. Maybe he's a Grit role player. Lex pretending he's a hillbilly or some shit and shooting shit. I don't know. Anyway, it's a weird-ass matchup. But it's actually good for Grimm Guy. Grit is a good matchup to have as Grimm because Grimm can bust through Grit's artillery walls, break through his infantry, one-shot them with a power on planes, and then he can use his tanks to one-shot the artillery, one-shot another artillery, and just bust through all of Grit's enemy lines. Granted, they'll all die in one shot to Grit's artillery, but they can bust through, and maybe by doing a lot of damage, the best offense is a good defense. You kill a bunch of artillery, maybe you don't die completely afterward. So, if I'm Grimm, I'm happy to play Grit. Better that than Von Bolt. Better that than Hawk. Oh god, Hawk would probably be the worst. Sasha, like, Grit's not that bad in terms of what Grimm could play. So, and Grimm's actually a little bit stronger than Fogden in Standard, in my humble opinion, just because he has the surprise factor as well. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into this match because it is baboony. So starting in the bottom, in the blue moon, Reborn. In the top, in the yellow comets, we have Grimm Guy's Disciple. And he already has busted this. You can't see that he's already busted through, but he doesn't even need to break through on turn 2. So it's not even really much of an advantage because he needs to go to these mountains first. These are better caps to get in the middle presence first anyway. So he busted through already. Mr. Grit over here busted through on the 3rd turn, so it doesn't even make a difference because both of them are going to get out at the same time. Actually, the first vehicle is a recon, a sneaky little Riki over here. A day 3 recon. Beepity beepy. Wants to put the pressure on this infantry over here. Probably stop this cap, stop these corner caps over here. That's what I had to guess. I'm going to expect immediately early artillery for Grit, excuse me. He's going to have less presence in the middle. He's going to give up some pressure to get that early artillery. It's going to be more of an investment in the late game, I would assume. At least that's what everyone does. Not yet. Can't afford it yet. But the Grimm boy brings his recon down. Nothing unusual so far. Everyone's just fine and dandy. Nothing too strange. The recon's going for from the side or the bottom over here. Not going for the middle presence, going for the bottom presence. That makes sense. Looks like he's trying to take a peeky Maybe get on the comm tower, put some pressure over here. You want to stop that cap as well. You don't want to let blue get that cap too easy. Let's look back. Could the Riki have gotten the Peaky? No, that's the closest he could have gotten, so it can't actually see that and reveal. That would have been nice if you see that, then he can interrupt it, so he will not be able to interrupt that cap. Blue's going for an aggressive cap over there, and it will pay off. He will get it, which is very nice for Grit, because it's going to be very hard for yellow to get that back later. It's easy to prevent as yellow. You can put a lot of pressure here, but it's not easy to like get back. Yellow will have a really tough time capturing properties. Once Grit gets settled down, good luck capturing properties, flipping proppies. Flipping copies, flipping proppies. That's how we say it in the biz. So, Grimm really doesn't care about the comm tower as much, though, because he's already got that huge firepower. No rush on the comm tower, even less so than the other COs. It's like, you already have plus 30%. You're doing 2-hit KOs on pretty much everything. Who cares about the comm tower? I mean, it's good, but like, it's not a big deal. So I'm expecting that early artillery to bust him out. Grit is not building any recons. I don't like that. I would have liked an earlier recon just to get some presence so you know what's going on over here rather than going in blindly. What if there's a recon here and you put this like on the port? Beep, beep, you get attacked. Throw it in the middle. Beep, beep, get attacked. Like, you don't know where the recon is. Luckily, his recon's over here where there is no artillery, for him at least, where it could be unguarded. So it's working out for him so far, but I see this far too often. People just like spamming artillery as Grit. Don't care about anything but artillery. Tanks are good. Don't forget, tanks have use as Grit. Recons, you need that vision, baby. Need that vision. Battlecopters even have use. Come on. Don't forget the B-copties. So, I like to see some love for the other units. We have the double Riki Freaky opening, one in each corner. No real center presence. Maybe he's not trying to deny these properties. This is the most contested property, and these are the two most contested properties right here. If yellow can get both of these, he's doing pretty well. And maybe if he gets like 3 out of 4 of these and 3 out of 4 of these, or 2 out of 4 of these, he's looking pretty good. But you're going to need to get an advantage against Grit. If you do not have an income advantage versus Grit, you've already lost the game. Granted, unless you're like Eagle or some other weird exceptions, you're going to lose if you give Grit an income advantage or if you're income parity and you're equal income. So, if I'm Grimm Guy's disciple, I know in the back of my head, I better not let that son of a snitch get any of them properties in the middle. Sees the comm tower going on over here. He sees the artillery. He's like, yeah, I ain't touching that shit. Let's see if he goes baboonian. Like, what are you gonna do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can't even wrap around and attack here. That would be nice. Don't do it. Don't interrupt the comm tower just to get a hit. Please don't do that. That's pure. Like, that's just no questions asked. That's what separates the 800s from the 900s. 800s are gonna attack that 9 times out of 10. 900s have a little bit more control. They're like you can tell like the hairs on their knuckles start like bristling, but they know they shouldn't do that. Like, I'm a human. I shouldn't do that. But the 800s, they're literally like 100% primate. So can't control themselves. But so far so good. Recon goes over here. Great vision. I'm loving the vision support by these recons. He knows there's nothing over here except for this infantry. He's probably a little wary. He got a little lucky that this artillery was not in the forest over there, or again, kaplowed. Personally, I probably would have put this recon maybe on the city over here where you can see everything as well. Maybe even down here. It's a bit dicey to putting it down there. But granted, I guess if this artillery does move at all, he will be able to see it move. Grimm Guy is putting a lot more pressure in the middle than Mr. Grit is, though. He's building copter. Copter spam is incredibly important as Grimm. His copters are the best copters. Copters die anyway one shot to anti-air. Pretty much, unless you're Grit attacking Von Bolt. Copters die in one shot. The thing is, Grimm's has 30% attack, and it still dies all the same, so it's better. It's just better. 30% more attack, and the defense doesn't matter. His copters are insanely good. So you'd be spamming out copters as Grimm. Copters are probably your best unit as Grimm. To be perfectly honest, copters are your best unit. And if I'm Grit over here, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to have to build out anti-air. Not turn 8, not turn 10. Earlier than that. Maybe even turn 7. He's taking a little bit longer. I understand. Personally, in this matchup, turn 8 is probably day 8. I probably would have built it last turn. Just knowing that's coming. And then I probably built 2 or 3 anti-air. Because 1 is certainly not enough against Grimm. Any good Grimm player, that is. If you're playing some baboonian boy, maybe they don't build a single copter and they just suck. But any Grimm worth his weight, expect the copies. And now, reveals itself over here. It's perfectly protected. You can't go. You can attack from here, I suppose, but that's not worth it. It's just not a good engagement. So these artillery, they're scary, man. But the recon over here, the patient recon, look, it didn't attack. And it sees these coming over here, and it saw the artillery go up. So it knows these are undefended, which is a nice little blessing. So patience paid off for Mr. Grimm over here. Mr. Disciple, he's a true disciple, it seems. Not quite the real thing, but a disciple. He can attack that for free, I would assume he would. Copter's getting in the presence in the middle. Wiki over here makes sense, hidden away. The infantry knows it's there because the recon was here. It was revealed to the infantry. I would have preferred if he wasn't revealed. Like I said, he would have been better on the city over here so it's not seen. But it is what it is. Extra recons. So now we already have 4 recons. This is giving me some Newman vibes, you know what I'm saying? Not 6 recons, but 4 is still, you know, a lot. It's not bad versus crit. Don't get me wrong. I kind of like it, actually. But there is a lot of terrain, though, so I'm expecting some tanks soon, hopefully. If I'm Grimm, at this point, I'm probably just attacking in the middle and poking at the sides. Pretty much trying to attack on all fronts. It's kind of counterintuitive. A lot I say, like, don't stabble, or don't dabble, stabble. But Grid is trying to coalesce all his artillery in one spot. And if he can be plucking off them attacks on the sides and whatnot, it can be really helpful. And he's really disclosing where all his artillery is by doing those free kills. So luckily these recons are providing very valuable information. And he knows for a fact nothing is coming over here anyway. So he's like, these are just free hits. Like, I don't know why he did that. Very strange move by, Ooh, Daddy, you're playing with fire. Freaky Reeky? Oh, it didn't even see that, so it wasn't even knowledgeable. I guess he just knew. 1, 2, 3... No, I mean, 2 turns and it's gonna kill the copter. That copter attack is reckless. He got away with it this time, but it's reckless as hell. Second off... Ooh... That's some monkey-minded stuff. You capture the comm tower before you do attacks, guys. Also, I would have attacked this infantry rather than killing the 4 HP one. It's not going to cap anyway. I would have just murdered that. So, little difference I would do. He's not going to cap it anyway. So, I do like the recon spam though. Oh my god, he is Newman. This guy's Newman. He's reached peak 6 recon. He is Newman. This is Numi's alt. It has been discovered. Okay, so now finally there's an artillery. The artillery was not covering very well before. Now it's covering very nicely. I don't know why it's showing extra. It should only reach to here. I don't know why it's showing an extra range here. That doesn't make any sense. It's like it has a power or something when it doesn't. So I guess they gotta fix that. I don't know why the artillery's going a little too hog wild. So I do like the anti-air spam by Blue. He's got the copter too. You know, good on you. Grit, you're not stuck. Only artillery. You can build other things too, buddy. And he's learning. I like it. Better than Lakashi played. Or whoever that was the Grit in that matchup. So, patient by Yellow. I like it. You don't want to give up too many units sacking. Now he builds the triple tank Tor Dread. I like it. He does have income advantage. He has a 2k income advantage. He's denying these 2. He's going to get at least this one and probably that one and deny that one. Looking pretty good. He does need tank support. The thing about recons, as soon as you introduce an anti-air, how do you deal with that? You don't. And also, I mean, it's kind of forced, but artillery suck versus grid. You avoid artillery versus grid. But he kind of had to build it, I guess, to bust that out. Honestly, I don't even know if it's worth freeing it. Artillery just not good versus grid. I don't know. It's take it or leave it. But I don't love it. So Grid is going to stop the cap there. He's trying to get the cap over there. He probably will get the cap, but he has now revealed where his artillery is, because you can just guesstimate from that. Like, it's going to be patonged over there, you know what I mean? Either here or there, and it's probably there from prior attacks. Antair is going in the forest, being very aggressive with the artillery at the bottom. I'm wondering if Yellow can bust through right now. So he attacks with the copter at the top over there. Very ballsy. He sees the anti-air over here, I think, and he just thought he'd be home free over there. Recon going in, getting a little beep on, doing 6. So he's doing a couple damage over here, but he has no answer for that anti-air. So once that anti-air kills the copter, he has no response, which is quite unfortunate. He needs that tank a day earlier. That would have been perfect. So then you at least get a revenge kill on whoever kills the copter. So that's going to be a dead schlop to copter. Riki coming in. Tanks coming in. I honestly... okay. He's kind of attacking everywhere at once. You see all this attacking over there? Okay, yeah, you can dabble a little more versus Grit. Try to split up his forces. I understand. I would have preferred to see one of those artillery become useful and go in this forest. Yes, the recon will be able to see you, but then you'll be able to kill the recon if it attacks you. This is just very passive. They're not going to do anything really. They're not even stopping this cap on the city. They're kind of just sitting there. And he builds an APC. I don't get that. You know, when I had my transports video talking about getting transports at the beginning, that's like day 3 or day 4 you get the APC, not day 12. It's a bit late to get these properties with the transport now, Mr. Grimm guy. You got a little cuckoo. Got a little cuckoo, bud. Passive ass artillery gets a free copter kill. Not looking great for Grimmy Bim. I don't know where the Bim came from, but got some juicy hits, but he's gonna lose the copter, which sucks, and there's no counterattack. He will be able to wipe out a few more of these copters, or these artillery as well, though. A lot of artillery, my god. You might have to worry about that in the future. And the BP is going to get a nice freaky hit right there. Knuckle dust coming on up. Well, at least he's going to kill off this copter with this copter, and the tank will be able to get the revenge kill on that anti-air. So that's a beeper right there. Bonk. Ooh, not quite. That's unfortunate. One shot easily. I would pull that back. You don't want to lose your recon. I put in the forest, honestly, over there, and kill that with like the 4 HP infantry. You don't want to lose that vision. And this is a 3 HP infantry, and you know there's a thing right there. Like, honestly, move your artillery here and then attack. You can't. That would have been nice if you could attack from the bottom too. That's dubious, man. I don't know about that. And he builds a stealth. So that's what the purpose of the APC was. Okay, he's building a stealth. He's ahead 2k. It's not a huge income lead. But Grit can afford a fighter. He has to save up funds in order to buy a fighter. So I understand the appeal to the stealth. And I think he'll be able to build a stealth next turn too if he only builds infantry this turn. So let's see what he does. No, he builds a tank. Okay. So he builds. Now we're seeing a snipe attack. Smart move by Reborn. Not going complete baboony. Not going for the Grit superpower. I know it's tempting, but you never use it. Just don't use it. It's not worth it. You don't get any additional firepower. You just get 1 additional range. So it's better off just spamming the power rather than using the superpower. Copty coming in. Oofa. But finally, the tank will get a revenge kill, which is nice. He's got to be wary of this artillery, which he sees, which unfortunately has perfect coverage of that. Oofa. That sucks. Yeah, okay. Well, that's unfortunate. No free hit for him. No revenge hit. Boomba, boom, 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 boom. But Grit has no idea. He's got all these artillery, but he has nothing for the stealth. Now we're expecting... And no one expects the stealth, to be perfectly honest. Ooh, you need to get some damage on that, though. He doesn't know about it. Doesn't know about it. Stealth hides. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. Alright, Pizzle. Oh, well. Oh, and that didn't kill. Wow, that's a low roll. Wow, Grimm, 40% attack, and you're telling me that doesn't die at 1 HP? Wow. Okay. Beepity beepy, here comes the Rikis. Okay. Looks like he's saving up 6k. I'm expecting another stealth. Once you build an APC, honestly, build more than one stealth if you're going to build a stealth. Like, stealth spam, I think, is pretty good. If you're going to stealth spam, I don't like stealths. I'm going to throw it down there immediately. I don't like them in the majority of situations. Versus Grit, a little more applicability. As Grimm, a little more applicability because, like I said, with copters, they're going to die to a fighter anyway. Might as well have that extra 30% firepower. So stealth is Grimm, better than usual. There's still a shit ton of money though. It's going to cost you a pretty penny between the APC investment and the stealth itself. Especially on this map right here where you don't have that much income currently. But Grimm's doing pretty decent for considering the CO matchup. It's difficult. Like I said, it's one of Grimm's better matchups, but it's also incredibly difficult. He's at a disadvantage for sure. But the stealth comes in. Uh-oh, you revealed it though, dude. Once you do that and you're like, you know, don't do that in front of a recon, man. You see the recon. You just gave it away, man. Come on. Maybe Blue won't notice. Maybe he looks in the replays like, that was everything. Everything good to me. Builds another stealth. Builds another stealth. And he's still going for this property. I would have just given up on that. You know the artillery's in the forest. You know all these artillery are spammed over there. Now the grid amount of units is starting to get scary. And look right here. He saw, and he's saving up. He's got enough for a fighter next turn. He knew it. He saw it. I knew it. That's what happens, man. You can't reveal the stealthy. You can't reveal it. And he did. So now Grid's gonna get an before the stealth even attacks, he's gonna have a fighter. That's the worst case scenario. Boonga. But can he make those stealthies work? He's wealthy. Can he make the stealthy work? I'll tell you what. Oh, he doesn't build it. Maybe he doesn't know about it. Interesting. Okay. Maybe I was giving this guy too much credit. Maybe he has no idea about the stealths. Hell, he can build a third stealth this turn. You'd have to basically have 1 infantry, but he could build a third stealth. That'd be wild, though. He's already got 2 APCs, dude. Holy shit. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, man. You're 1 shot? Not even. Oof. That's stealthies for you, man. And now it's been revealed. So now the secret's out. And he's got 20k. So he's going to be able to afford a fighter. Well, he's going to have to heal some, so he won't be able to get it this turn unless he combines, but he probably will combine. I'm expecting a combine in order to afford it. Beepity. Ooh, very aggressive over here. Ooh, I don't know about that. You're going to lose both those copters. This is hyper aggressive. And then you got a knuckle dust. You got a, what's the other one called? Beeflers or something. I don't even know what the super's called. What is it called? Remind me, Grimm. Use it so I know what it's called. T-copter. Okay. And Knuckle Duster's still using the power, so I don't know. I will never know what the super's name is. Big Beliefly, whatever. That doesn't even make sense. I've lost my mind ages ago. That is... Dude. You're using a power copter to kill a 3 HP infantry. Okay. At least that's gonna one-shot one artillery, I guess. But like, come on. What the literal clock? Now the stealthies are getting some free kills though. The stealthies are back, baby. Grimm is below now on unit count. He's ahead on income, ahead on unit value. But half his income is in stealthy, or half of his value. Now, triple beepy Riki attack right here. He's saving up more. That looks like he's going to build a stealth next turn. That's the perfect amount for a stealth. Stop attacking into this shit. You know these is the danger zone. You can't attack here. If you're attacking down here, lay off in the middle. You're just losing infantry. He's literally just like losing infantry constantly in the middle. This is why he has an income or unit count disadvantage. Look at the stats real quick. Most of the two difference in deaths in infantry. Okay, it's not majority infantry, I guess. I mean, a lot of recons have died. RIP. But damn. Okay, but Grimm guy's disciple, excuse me, needs to be a lot more careful with his units. He's kind of throwing them left and right in order to prevent caps and whatnot. Be a little extra careful. So now there's definitely gonna be a fighter. Look at these boom bee attacks. At least a couple of those are probably gonna get knocked out. So the stealths are getting a little bit of use. He needs to attack now. Strike while the iron's hot. If they don't get any use now, then useless. Dunga. Donga. Bonga. There you go. Okay. Please use this to like kill off like a copter or something useful. He doesn't have a recon though over there. He has it up here. He can't see anything. Oh, only getting infantry kills at this point. They're getting high kill counts, but not really the greatest units. Yeah, he's not building a third stealth. He's actually building more units, which is fine. I don't disagree with that. Stealths are me units. They're not phenomenally great. One shots the artillery or anti-air on a forest. That's just grit things, man. And just Grimm defense things. Oofa. Ooh, and he's still going for this. That is a Mang's infantry. There's no way around it. That is a Mang's infantry. What is it? Come on, man. He's just going into the trap right here. He's going in the trap, man. All right, Grimmy, what do you got? Are you gonna make Grimm's proud and win 3 tiers down? Builds a T-copter. Stealth goes in. For another just an infantry, you know fighter's coming. A fighter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're so lucky this fighter's on your man. Dude, you can't tell me you're just killing off infantry, sacking 24k. Killing infantry. Oh, lordy. Okay. We're cool. We're cool. We're happy. We're nice. We're happy. Anyway. Okay. Blue's scooting on the offensive at the bottom. Seems to be dropping off at the top. Backing off, I should say. Pulling back. Builds another fighter. Since there's 2 stealthies, might as well build a second fighter, I guess. Stealth. Okay. So the thing is, when you attack with a stealth, surround it. Put an infantry there. Put an infantry there. Protect it. You don't want it to be attacked. Okay? Put an APC next to it, put a recon next to it. Whatever you do, keep it defended because it's like you're in a forest. You need one unit to reveal and then one to attack. So make sure there is no open files. Maybe you allow one open file so they can just see it, but they need to attack it as well. So what he needs to do is smother that sucker. Smother that stealthy. Smother him. Yeah, you can clip that. Anyway, that's what he's got to do. So, oopsie. See if he does that. Copter is going hog wild over here. Like, what is it? What is he doing? This Grimm guy is reckless as hell, man. He's no Grimm guy. He's reckless. He's just like Sujid. He's like my disciple. Like, there's some distinct differences in the play style and level and whatnot. Just, you know, tribute accounts, but, you know, they're definitely not original Grimm guy. Way too reckless, man. Not calculated enough. Killing 5 HP infantry like that. Nothing defending the front either. Literally, you get one shot by a fighter. It's so easy. There's nothing guarding it. These infantry are just sucking their own lollipops over there. And, watch what happens. Cluck around, find out. Clucked around. Look at that. That's a lot of money right there. Was it worth it? No. Clearing out the forces at the bottom now. Clearing them out in the middle. Another fighter, but we have a knuckle dust. Is the Grimm counterattack strong enough? What can he make a do of it? That's a one shot. That's a one shot. Oh, the fighter, the defense from the power. Okay, I see you. Okay, I see you. At least he's going to kill the fighter. Boomba. Kill the copter. Copter counterattack. Okay, he's got something going. He's got something going. That's going to be not quite a one-shot. Now it's dead. Okay. But there's going to be another grit power, I believe, or very close to it. So he has to watch out. He's very close to charge. Stealthy gets another... Oh, nothing defended. Nothing... I would have, like, attacked here. Put the APC there. You know, just, like, have some defense for this fighter over there. But there's no defense whatsoever. That's going to be another dead stealth. He thought that was the only fighter, I guess. Another snipe attack. That's going to be a one-shot on the stealth with that extra. Maybe he lives with one. Yeah, he lives with one because of the power defense. But pretty much neutralized. Pretty much neutered. Boom, boom, boom. Still attacking. Man. Give up on it. You're not going to get that, man. Grimm guy's fighting back into the middle, and he resigns. That was a bonkers game. That was weird. Honestly, because I wanted to show it because it was the weirdest CO matchup I've ever seen in Advance Wars. Probably one of the most unique CO matchups I've ever seen in Advance Wars. Grimm versus Grit. Like, when does that ever happen? Maybe in High Funds, but who watches that? And Fog, too? Tier 1 versus Tier 4 Grimm? Grit? I've seen Von Bolt versus Grimm. I've seen Hawk versus Grimm. I've never seen Grimm versus Grit. This is just a weird matchup. Very unusual. I like the stealth play at the beginning, but then he just got way too reckless. He caught Grit off guard, but he got a few free kills. But granted, they're all infantry up here. Down here, he got some nice juicy KOs. I think he killed off 2 artillery, but then he got one shot by that that savage little fighter over there, and he didn't guard it at all. He just kind of let it to die as a sacrifice. And that's 24k invested right there. 29k if you count the APC funds included. That's a lot of money. And once you lose both of those, like, that's half your army, man. That's half your army count. Yeah, I didn't come advantage the whole time, which is nice. You know, you need it versus grit, but it wasn't enough. Granted, I probably would have preferred, like, 5k income, 4k income advantage minimum, but it wasn't really able to convert. I like to play with the recon at the bottom over there, staying back and stopping that cap early and stopping those infantry over there. Right here is a bit of a moment of truth. He kind of attracted both things at once. Right here, these are so passive. They're just not doing anything. And the copter just got killed basically for killing one artillery. He needed a tank here earlier. I wouldn't have attacked him. I would have stayed back one more turn here. He can cap next turn. Pull back. Put this tank in there. Bring the recon in there. Like, bring him into your cave, then pounce. You're kind of overextending attacking into that. I would have pulled back, make him think you're weak there. Oh, there's no resist. The recon's running away. Oh, okay. Then, when they get complacent, they think they're safe, tucked away in the little corner. You pounce, you beat the shit out of them. That's what I do. Keep the copter hidden. Keep all these freaky reekies hidden. Bring this copter down here. Hell, lay an ambush. That's what you like to do as Grimm. That's what I like to do as Grit. Ambushes. Withhold that intelligence. Where is his recon? He has no recon. There's no recon. All he can see is what his infantry can see, which is 2 spaces in front of them. Ripe for an ambush right there. I swear if he pulled back here, murdered all those units, he probably would have won the game. He would have just won out this side over here, won this property, got these properties, pulled back a little bit over here, and then won the middle. Like, it would have been over. Honestly, something as small as that, it snowballs. You do this day 12, day 20, that advantage is huge. So, missed opportunity there. I think he played pretty decently. He just got too reckless. As the game went on, it seemed like he just got, like, fidgety. Like, he's like, like, he just needed to lose units. You know, he had a quota. Units that, like, just needed to die. Like, he had to deal with, like, the Morgatory or something like that. Just needed people to die at a certain rate. Just got a little too crazy. But it wasn't too bad played by both players. It was interesting. I hopefully learned from it. The Grit player, my advice to him is build more recons, build more tanks. Like you said, a recon over here, you can see what's going on. Tank pressure, you can deal with the recons better. Because recons are scary versus artillery. Like, artillery aren't really trading cost effectively recon versus artillery because it's 4k versus 6k. If you have a tank, you can bust those recons, and how does he deal with the tank? What is his answer to a tank over here? A copter? Yeah, then you die to an anti-air. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you infuse more tanks into your army, some more recons as well for vision. But not too bad played by both sides, and I think it was a pretty entertaining game. So anyway, thanks for joining. Hope you learned something, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.